morning. Let's go ahead and change this camera. Okay, and today we are starting with arithmetic sequences. Or just kind of linear sequences is another way that you might be able to think about this. That's a little bit better. Okay. Arithmetic sequence. It's a sequence in which the difference between BTW any two consecutive, remember that means right after another, consecutive terms is constant, which means it stays the same, okay? Difference, it's a constant difference or common difference, okay? Common difference is the numerical difference, which we label as D, between BTW any two consecutive terms. This difference is talking about this one here. It's the common difference. Okay, an arithmetic sequence has to have a common difference. So let's see what that's going to look like. So we're determining whether the sequence is arithmetic. Okay, so we want to know if it's arithmetic, and if yes, what is the common difference? What does the D equal? Okay, let's look at number one. When I'm looking at this, I'm trying to see, is it the same between each set of terms? So to go from 1 to 5, it's plus 4. From 5 to 9 is plus 4. From 9 to 13 is plus 4. It is the same. That's the same. So my answer here is yes. And the D is equal to 4 because it is the same all the way through. Now looking at the next one. Okay, so from here to here, that's plus 2. From here to here, that's plus 2. But if I stop here, so 1 to 3 is 2, 3 to 5 is 2. But to go from 5 to 8, that's plus 3. This one right here is what causes me to stop. This is why you have to check all of them. So because this one is different, this is no. You're going to be finishing these, okay? Next section, give the arithmetic sequence. Given, not give. We haven't done that part yet. Given the arithmetic sequence, we want to find the next 3 terms. So that means I need to find the common difference first so I can find the pattern and know what I have to do. So to go from 9 to 13, it's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's add 4. Add 4. Add 4. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do 21 plus 4, which gives me 25. 25 plus 4, which gives me 29. 29 plus 4, which gives me 33. That's my answer. It's just writing the next terms. But yes, you have to show the work. What am I doing? Find that common difference and show the adding. It's really quick like that. Okay, now we're going to talk about if we've got big numbers and it's not as easy, and also be able to find the rule. Okay, the nth term of an arithmetic sequence can be found by using the following formula. That formula is a sub n. The n is underneath, not up top. It's a subscript, they call it, equals d, which is the common difference that you find, open parentheses, n minus 1. N is the term, we're going to talk about that, plus a sub 1. So when it says the nth term, n represents the term number. Like if you're looking for the 5th term or the 101st term. The d refers to the common difference, which we talked about up at the top of this page. The new part here is going to be a sub 1. That's referring to the first term, or what you start with. Okay, or it's where it starts, or what it starts with, but it's the first term. Okay, all right, so let's write the rule for the nth term, then find a sub 19th. That means we want the 19th term. That is what that's telling me. Okay, here we go. So let's find the rule first. So I've got to look and see. I've got to find what d equals. So I have the a sub 1. That's my first term, which is 7. I need that information for my formula. I need to know what the d is. So I'm going to find that. So I'm going to say 7 to 13 is 6. And I'll make sure it's the same all the way through. 6, 6. Okay. I'm working the wrong one. I'll just work both of these. Okay. So now we have my common difference is 6. So now I plug it into my formula. So I'm going to have a sub n equals, my d is 6, 6, open parentheses, n minus 1, close parentheses, plus 7. Now we simplify. Okay. So the big thing here is you must simplify. I can't write rule. You must simplify the rule. So now we distribute. I'm going to distribute that 6. So I'm going to have 6n minus 6 plus 7. Now I combine my like terms, which that's going to give me 6n plus 1. So my rule is a sub n equals 6n plus 1. Now that I know my rule, we plug in the 19th term. Okay, so we now plug in n equals 19. So I'm now going to have a sub 19 equals 6 times 19 plus 1, which that's going to give me, handy dandy calculator, 114 plus 1, which gives me a sub 19 equals 115. Here we go. We're going to just kind of talk about the common difference for number 11, because this changes. I'm not going up, I'm going down. So to go from 30 to 26, that's a negative 4. From 26 to 22, that's a negative 4. From 22 to 18, that's a negative 4. So a sub 1 equals 30. My d is negative 4, so we plug it in and we go. So I'm going to have a sub n equals negative 4, open parentheses, n minus 1, close parentheses, plus 30. And now we distribute. So we have negative 4n plus 4 plus 30. And we have a sub n equals negative 4n plus 34. There's my rule. And now we plug in n equals 19. So I'm going to have a sub 19 equals negative 4 times 19 plus 34. Negative 4 times 19 gives me negative 76 plus 34, which gives me an answer of -42. And continuing right along, we're going to look at a word problem now. Okay. Remember, when we're looking at the word problem, you are reading it and thinking about your rule. Okay. The formula, which the formula is given on a formula chart. So I have a sub n equals d, open parentheses, n plus, not n plus, it's n minus 1. N minus 1, because we're taking away the first term because we add it right here. That's why we do the minus 1, because we're taking away the first because we're adding it in right here. Okay, so remember, we need to know what a sub 1 equals, d equals, and n equals at some point. This one, maybe not at first, but we'll get there. Because when we write the formula, you don't need this. So this is after formula for the n. Okay, so you visit the Grand Canyon and drop a penny off the edge. So drop, I might have to think about that. Okay, the edge of the cliff. The distance will fall, the penny will fall as 16 feet for the first second, 48 feet for the next second, 80 feet for the third second, and so on. Okay, to represent this sequence. Okay, so I think we're just comparing the distance, not the direction. So I don't need to worry about the drop part of this or the fall part. I'm not worried about that. I'm just comparing distance and seconds. So when I think about this, the distance depends on the seconds. So we're going to say, okay, I want to make a table. Second, and then this is the distance that it falls. Okay, so for the first second, it's 16 feet. For the second, it's 48 feet. And for the third second, it's 80 feet. Okay, so I don't need the units right at this point. I know that information. Okay, so now I've got to go through and I've got to figure out my rule. So I've got to write a formula. So I need to figure out what a sub 1 and d is. So, well, this is the first. So therefore, this right here is going to be a sub 1 is the 16. Now I need to find my d. So I've got to look to see what am I doing to go from 16 to 48. Which if I'm going to do something, I can just use my handy dandy calculator and I can do, or I can do mentally 48 minus 16, but we get calculators, so let's use them. So that's going to give me 32. So to go from here to here is 32. I've got to see, is it the same? So I'm going to do 80 minus 48, which gives me 32 as well. So therefore, I know right now that my d is 32. My a sub 1 is 16. So to find my formula, I plug in my information into this rule over here. So I'm going to have a sub n equals a distance, which is 32, open parentheses, n minus 1, close parentheses, plus 16. And now we simplify. Remember, you have to simplify. You don't simplify, you are not finished and don't get full credit. So we have to simplify. So we have 32n minus 32 plus 16. So this is going to simplify to a sub n equals 32n minus 16. This is my formula. This is my rule. Okay, now I'm going to use this rule to figure out how far will the penny have traveled after 6 seconds. So this means that I'm looking for a sub 6 because I'm looking for the 6th second. So I'll plug in 6 for n. So I'm going to have 32 times 6 minus 16, which gives me 192 minus 16, which is 176. So that means that how far will the penny have traveled after 6 seconds? 176 feet. You will finish the notes page today, and then tomorrow you'll work on the classwork homework. Have a great day.